A former Catalan minister who's facing extradition to Spain has been released on bail after handing herself in to police in Edinburgh. Professor Clara Ponsati, who was the education minister in Catalonia, is being sought by the authorities in Madrid on charges of violent rebellion and misappropriation of public funds. It follows her role in last year's controversial independence referendum. Here's our political correspondent, Niall O'Gallagher.
Clara Ponsati came in voluntarily this morning. Wanted in Spain, today the former Catalan education minister surrendered herself to Scottish justice.
She does not believe that the Spanish courts can guarantee independence, human rights or justice. Clara remains defiant, resolute and is determined to fight back.
4 Catalan leaders have been in jail since the autumn for their part in October's push for independence. On Friday, a Spanish judge ordered the detention of 5 more and the arrest of Catalan leaders overseas. Professor Ponsati fled with the then President Carles Puigdemont and has recently returned to St Andrews University.
I wrote yesterday to the Spanish ambassador to express our regret at the issuing of arrest warrants for senior Catalan politicians. I also indicated our support for the people of Catalonia in deciding their own future.
Supporters waited for Professor Ponsati at Edinburgh's Sheriff Court.
Spain cannot just keep locking up politicians because they disagree with what they believe in, and more importantly because they've been elected by the people of Catalonia.
It took the court less than a quarter of an hour to decide to release Clara Ponsati on condition she hand over her passport.
The last few days have been difficult and there is a long road ahead. But she is truly humbled by the hundreds of thousands of people who have supported her. Scotland, you have been true friends to Catalonia in its darkest hours. Clara respects the fact that her fate now lies in the hands of Scotland's independent judicial system. This is what should happen in a democracy.
Clara Ponsati is free for now. She'll return to court next month.
I want to thank you very much from the deepness of my heart, everybody who's contributing to my defence and to the Catalan cause. Thank you to all Scottish people and all British people that are supporting democracy. Thank you very much.
Niall O'Gallagher reporting Scotland, Edinburgh.
Well, let's join Niall. Niall, so what happens next?
Well, I spoke very recently to one of the 9 Catalan leaders already in a Spanish jail, and she said to me, it's a very hard feeling when they close the doors of the cell. That's not a feeling that Clara Ponsati had to endure for long today. Tonight she's at her liberty, but for how long? She knows that were she to return to Spain, she could spend the rest of her life behind bars. She'll go back to court on the 12th of April with the full extradition proceedings to begin the following week, and a Scottish judge will have to decide whether her role in organising last year's referendum should constitute a crime here in Scotland.
Niall, how has Spain reacted to the Scottish government's intervention?
Well, no official reaction, but one well-placed Spanish government source I spoke to yesterday said he was saddened by the language used by the Scottish government as its ministers have criticised Spain for locking up pro-independence politicians. Spain says this isn't a matter for ministers, simply a matter for judges. But Clara Ponsati and her supporters will argue that the very opposite is the case, that this, like the rest of the prosecutions against Catalan leaders, is politically motivated and simply an attempt to stamp out the Catalan independence movement.
Niall, thank you.